Hi, this is part 2 with Dr. Lou of how important are formal game reviews. What about Kickstarter? In tabletop games, there are a lot of pre-reviews. They send a prototype of the game to a reviewer and get back a review. And often they pay the reviewer. And of course, they're the only way the backer can know about the quality of the gameplay. Well, I think any paid pre-review is open to shenanigans. But for video games, many buyers tend to make their decisions before any actual reviews are released. And that's becoming more true even for tabletop games. And that's why the sales have an enormous bump to start with and then go down rapidly. So it makes sense to have these pre-reviews if we could trust them. Now, the people who back games on Kickstarter, and I confess I have backed half a dozen Kickstarters, but none of them were for an actual game. They were for things like dice. The supporters don't seem to be bothered when the publisher pays someone to do a pre-review. I think it smells of crookedness. And it's a big contrast to the #Gamergate, where people complain vehemently of possible reviewer collusion with publishers. And yet hardly anyone complains of it in the tabletop world. What's up with that? I don't understand it, but that's the way it is. Then of course we have YouTube, where PewDiePie is the most popular channel on YouTube, and even I watch one about World of Tanks, even though I don't play World of Tanks. The beauty of, this is a quote from another gamesindustry.biz article, the beauty of YouTube reviews is that most of us know games well enough by now. Simply watching 5 to 10 minutes of actual gameplay and we'll know whether it's of interest to us or not. Show me the game, tell me a few facts, but you can save me your opinion. Upon seeing the game play for myself, I don't need your opinion. But now we have collusion between YouTubers and publishers, YouTubers being paid to feature certain games. And the URL for that particular article is here. Now, most reviews nowadays of games are actually pretty bad. They ignore what's really important in reviews, the 3 questions that people need to know. They need answers to. Saying it's fun about a game is useless because we have so many different ideas of fun. A proper review addresses 3 questions. What is the work trying to do? And the work can be any creative work, game, novel, music album, sculpture, whatever. What was the work trying to do? How well did it do it? And was it worth doing? Most reviewers don't answer these questions. Instead, they give opinions. Well, unless you know the reviewer really well, the opinion doesn't help you. You need to know why. You need to have things explained. Why does the reviewer say it's not fun or it's fun? Why does the reviewer not like it or like it? They give opinions, not reviews. Non-formal reviews are even worse. Sometimes people review according to their expectations. That is to say, they ignore what the game's trying to do and review it according to what they would have liked it to do. But non-journalist reviews in general can be very unreliable. For example, Eric Lang said, less than 24 hours after Fantasy Flight announced XCOM the board game, with very few gameplay details, a prominent Board Game Geek reviewer invented his own version of the game, pretended that he had inside knowledge, quote unquote, of the actual, and gave that game a detailed negative review. Acidic point-by-point deconstruction. Now, God knows why any reviewer would do this, but it makes me suspect that any of their reviews would be useless. And we have an article, The Death of Reviews, in GameIndustry.biz that you could check. And the gist of that was formal reviews no longer make much difference in success or failure of a video game. So in video, formal reviews are at best an afterthought. In tabletop, they are more relevant, but not nearly as much as 30 years ago. Thanks for listening.